This is an instructional video from Dimensional Software of how to set up a match using Volleyball ACE. I'm using an iPad simulator and will be using my mouse and cursor. You obviously will be using touchscreen using your finger. So the first thing you want to do is you want to click on the New button. I am going to, just for simplicity reasons, I'm going to keep the charting and rating features turned off. These are features that you can turn on and off depending on when you'd like to use them. If you want to do charts, you can chart your attacks, or you can chart your serves, or you can chart your opponent's attacks and serves. So for now, I'm turning that off. Also for pass rating, that's something you can turn on or off. You can rate your pass rating, and you can also rate your serves. I'm turning those off. If you do in fact want to rate your passes, you can turn on the automatic button and it will default to a 2, and it will also give your player a 0 if she shanks the pass. As soon as you tap on point for the other team, it will automatically give her a 0. If you don't tap anything, it will default to 2. So the only time you would have to tap is if your player passes a 3 or a 1. But as I said, I'm turning those features off. So the next thing you would do is just click on the Done button. You come to the match screen, which you can enter all kinds of information, such as the event name, where it's being played at. The date and the time will actually just default to as soon as you tap on the start the match. It will automatically change this information, so we don't have to do anything there. If you're at a tournament, you can enter what pool you're in, the court number, which match it is for the day. Here's where we're going to choose our teams. Just to go over some of the other fields before we do that, you can put, if you know the refs' names, who the scorer was, and how many people were in attendance. You can also change if you're just playing one game, 2 games, or 3 games. If you're playing a match, this should be sets. We will be changing that, but for now it does still say games. This does mean sets. So match, is it 1 out of 1, 2 out of 3, or 3 out of 5? Is it a league, non-league, post-season? Is it a tournament? Or if you don't want to record anything, you can click on the X button. You can also say if it is a home match, an away, or if it's at a neutral site. So for right now, I'm simply just going to put in our lineups and the teams that are playing. So I'm going to choose Look Up. I have already created a roster. The name of my team is the Vikings. Now, there's also a video from Dimensional Software on how to create rosters. So look for that video if you'd like to know how to do that. But for now, I'm just going to choose an already created roster from the Vikings. I'm going to highlight it and click on Open. For my opponent, I'm just simply going to use our test team, the VB Aces. And I'm just going to say Done. And then here's where you will be putting in your lineup. So if you click on lineup, I'm going to choose my libero as Riley. And I'm also going to say that I'm running a 5-1. And this question is, do you want to track and maintain your players' positions? And I'm going to go ahead and say yes, because I do want my players' positions to be tracked. So I'm going to say yes. And then I get prompted, in the middle back position, it says switch middle for sub for middle and back row. And where does that player go? So does my middle player play middle back, or does my player go to the left? I'm going to go ahead and just say my player, who typically is my libero, goes to the left. Now, since I've checked the 5-1, I've also highlighted switch. And what that means is when your players start in their base position, do you want them, if we have serve, as soon as we serve the ball over to the other side of the net, do you want your players to switch into do you want them to transition? So do you want your right sides to go to the right, your middles to go to the middle, and your outsides to go to outside? If in fact you do want them to do that, you would click the switch button. If you don't, if you want them just to stay in their base positions, you would click no. So I like them to switch, so I'm going to go ahead and keep that highlighted. And then from here, you're just going to enter the players in the lineup. So Jolen's my setter. She's my first server. I usually have Katie playing as my middle in the front row. Amy is my middle opposite of her. And then Heather plays as one of my outsides. Jerry is my opposite, and then Uilani is my other middle, or I'm sorry, outside. So if you want to just make sure that you have all your players in the right position, you can see I have a setter, my opposite, my outsides are opposite, and my middles are opposite. You can have your players shown with just their numbers. You can show their name, or you can do both. I prefer to have just the numbers showing. Now you can save your lineup. You can name it whatever you want. Our Team Rocks is going to be the name of that lineup. And you can see it will be, next time you go in, you will have Our Team Rocks will be listed in the lineup. So once I click done, you can also enter your opponent's roster if you would like. You do not have to do this. However, if you want, you can simply do this. Sometimes you don't have the other team's roster, so you can just leave these all as zeros. Either way, it's absolutely up to you. But let's just go ahead and put their lineup in since I happen to have it. And then we're going to click done. And this will be the net. This is our team. This is the opponent's team. For our team, number 1 will be our first server. And you can check the lineup. Right here, I have that we are serving first. If we are actually receiving, you can click on receive and click done. And now you can see the first serve is over here and receive is on this side, on the Viking side. All right, and then to start the match, you click on start game, and you will be prompted if you have chosen to have a libero in the game. They'll ask you if you want to replace a player in your lineup with a libero, and I'm going to say yes, and you're ready to go. Look for more videos from Dimensional Software. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.